All right, traders, how you doing? Another day this week, another EJ long win. All right, so today is February 15th, 2024. There's my phone, 2024. And um, again, same zone that we've been kind of looking at here was resistance, support. Now it starts to break under. Now we pay attention here to this area that just it seems to be and it's marked on a lower time frame a little bit better to see it, but you can just see it continue acting as support and resistance, and it does that exactly here on the 1 hour. And we still have that L50 in the buy zone up here, so we get a 1 hour close above the 50 EMA. So momentum is heading back up. We get a close above that 50 EMA. Let me drop a line here. So we drop that line just after that candle, so it's at the end of the 1 hour candle. Now we can drop down to the lower time frames and see what's going on down there. So what we have here is 15-minute divergence. And you get the RSI low. RSI ends up being higher as price drops lower. And it's right off that blue line. So, and that's where we get the push off. We get the 8 and 21 shifting up on the 15-minute. The L50 starts to turn up, even though it's in the sell zone. RSI trend heading very north there, heading to the upside. So once we get above the 15-minute 50 EMA, we get a retest of that where we can drop to the 5-minute, and we see the 5-minute. If we extend this out, this would be the 5-minute RSI low down here as it makes highs, as it makes lows here. And so the 5-minute, this is where it breaks this kind of structure level here that's been holding, kind of breaks above that. And that's where it comes back to retest the 50 EMA going into news. We get a rejection of that zone. So that zone that we're looking to trade off of, we get a rejection of that. And if we go down to the 1 minute, that's where we find our entry, and we're just trading up to that next zone. Even though it continued higher, we're getting what we need out of this trade on this 1 minute shift up. So again, we got the big wick down, big rejection of that zone, push back up right into the shift candle with the momentum going to the upside, and we traded to that zone. As you see, a 2-minute trade. So it takes two candles on the 1 minute chart to hit the 2.6R. So right to the zone that we're looking at, and as you can see here, 161.40, that take profit level. Stop was just the candle before the 1 minute shift. I gave it a little bit of room here, just because things volatile from the news. So I wanted to give it a bit more space. Otherwise, typically would be at the bottom of the candle here, which would actually make that a 3.6R trade. So we stretch it just a little bit, willing to give up a little bit of the profits just to be safe on the stop side. And it pushes right up to the zone. So again, that's on the lower time frames that you typically would see from me. We're looking at 15-minute, 1 hour, 30-minute entries, but we can drop down to the 5 and 1 minute if we have a lot of those confirmations. We have the 15-minute divergence, the 5-minute divergence, the 1 hour strong bullish close above the 50 EMA. So then we're working above the 50 EMA on, majority of the time frames that we're looking at. So if we go out here, we are still above the 4-hour 50 EMA. So basically all the time frames are above the 50 EMA as we're getting into that trade, and it continues up, and it actually hits the zone here again. Now at this zone, this could be, over here we have a 4-hour wick. We could be seeing the same thing here. So as this gets a little bit lower on the highs, when we start rejection the zone, we could see a similar thing here. We have 3 hours left on this 4-hour candle. So this could just die, come back down, be a big wick, bearish candle, and pull back to where we have that 4-hour head and shoulder neckline, which is right here. I don't have a zone for it drawn. Let's put something here to show you. So like right here is that neckline area that we're going to be looking at. And so come back, retest this, maybe continue higher. We'll have to see how it plays out. But we'll see if this continues for the high, to make a higher high, or if it's going to reject and give us a wick at the 4-hour close. So we'll check back on that at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. and kind of see how it finishes the day as well, leading into tomorrow. All right, but that's the EJ trade for today. Again, we saw yesterday as well a good entry. I deleted a few of the things that I had on the charts to clean it up, but we had the head and shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, break to the upside. And that's what that was, the 1 hour shift up. Retest the neckline here. The retest the neckline and the 1 minute shift. That's the pullback one that we use to stop at the bottom of the 1 hour candle. And we get our 2R to the Asian range high. And that was yesterday's trade. Again, we'll continue to look how EJ plays out, but we're starting to get a rejection here. As I mentioned, this could be a potential area that we're seeing that 4 hour pullback and to give us a long wick. So we'll stay tuned to that, and I'll upload a recording of that once it comes.